Hello, business analytics superstars, and welcome to Chapter 6, Decision Tree Analysis and Game Theory. Here we continue with the world of decision making, a topic that's as much about navigating uncertainty as it is about strategy and insight. You see, decision making isn't just an art or a science, it's a little bit of both, with a healthy dose of unpredictability thrown in. While we can't peer into the future and see exactly how our choices will pan out, we do have tools to help us make educated guesses about the range of possible outcomes. And thankfully, we're usually dealing with outcomes that have some logical limits, like product demand, which of course can't be negative, unless that is customers start asking us to pay them to take our products. As we explored in chapters 4 and 5, probability is our trusty guide through the fog of uncertainty. It allows us to quantify the likelihood of various outcomes and attach probability distributions to them. In other words, probability is like the GPS that helps us navigate the various paths of decision making. But knowing the probabilities is only half the battle. The real challenge lies in making decisions that maximize our chances of success given those probabilities. That's where decision trees come into play. So a decision tree is exactly what it sounds like, a tree-like structure that helps us visualize the time order of events, the set of decisions available to us, the uncertain outcomes, and their associated probabilities. Think of it as a flow chart with leaves and branches, only instead of leading to HR paperwork, it leads to smarter decisions. Here's how it works. At each branch of the tree, you face either a decision node or an uncertain event. The branches represent the different paths you could take, each with its own set of potential outcomes. By the time you reach the leaves, you've charted out all the possible scenarios and their probabilities. With this map in hand, you can then decide which path offers the best chance of success according to your chosen criteria, whether that's maximizing profit, minimizing losses, or just avoiding the dreaded "I told you so" from your boss. But what if the decision-making isn't just up to you? What if someone else, like a competitor, is actually making decisions too? That's where things get super interesting. Enter game theory, the study of strategic decision-making when there's more than one player in the game. If decision trees are like playing solitaire, game theory is more like chess. It's all about anticipating the moves of your opponent and adjusting your strategy accordingly. In this chapter, we'll focus on bilateral decision making, where you're not just making decisions in a vacuum, you've got to think about how the other player will in turn respond. For example, imagine you're deciding on a pricing strategy for a new product. If you lower your price, will your competitor do the same? Will they try to undercut you, or will they hold firm? So it's a bit like a high-stakes poker game where you're constantly trying to read the other player's hands while you're keeping your cards close to your chest. And just like in chess or poker, timing matters. In some situations, decisions are made simultaneously, meaning neither player knows what the other will do until after the fact. In others, decisions are made sequentially, where one player moves first, potentially gaining an advantage, known as the first mover advantage, and it's a little bit like getting the first word in during an argument. It doesn't guarantee you'll win, but it certainly doesn't hurt. In this chapter, we'll apply these concepts to real-world business scenarios, particularly focusing on competitive behavior in terms of setting prices and quantities. Imagine two companies locked in a fierce battle over market share. Each company must decide not only what price to set for their product, but also how much to produce. These decisions are interdependent. Your pricing affects your competitor's strategy and vice versa. Through the lens of game theory, we'll explore how to navigate these competitive situations. We'll examine different strategies, such as price wars, where companies continually undercut each other, and also the more cooperative approaches, where businesses might find a stable equilibrium that benefits both parties and doesn't involve any backroom deals, at least not that we know of. In conclusion, decision-making in business is an uncertain art and science, but with the right tools, you can turn uncertainty into opportunity. Whether you're using decision trees to map out your options or game theory to outmaneuver the competition, the key is to think strategically, anticipate the unknown, and always have a backup plan, a contingency plan, or perhaps two. So as we venture into this chapter, remember, decision-making might not come with a crystal ball, but with the tools you'll learn here, you'll be better prepared to navigate whatever the business world throws your way. And who knows, maybe even have a little fun while you're at it. So, superstars, are you ready? Decisions, decisions.